Sometimes I don't know who I am. Most of the time, okay. Um, uh, like, uh, okay, like not all of the time, but definitely enough of the time. So it's one of those things where the more you look at it, the more I look at who I am under the masks and coping mechanisms and daily fucking performances. The less I it feels like the less I understand. Okay, so uh, for now, my name is Krumbine, and I do creative. Um, Not here though. I guess that would be too logical. That would make too much fucking sense. Like if I made these videos creative, then right, the premise of this channel might be too clear, and then my brain wouldn't get stuck in an obsessive loop of hyper fixation because I call it emergency creative while obstinately insisting on not doing anything creative whatsoever. Yeah. Um. Welcome. It gets it gets better. Uh, probably not. Actually, I've been stuck in this life for nearly 40 years now, and what I do know is that yeah, it gets worse. It gets worse. Usually right when you least expect it. You're just uh, cruising along, thinking your feet are planted on the firmest of ground, and then shit goes sideways. Just fucking table gets flipped upside down, and you remember you remember exactly how broken your brain is and how much that sucks. But whatever, whatever. That's life. That is life, and we're used to it. We're used to it by now, kind of. Um, not really, but hey, we can fake it. We can fake it, I guess. Um, my point is that one of the ways I've faked it, certainly here on YouTube, back in the day, in my collaborative, creative community days, uh, backstory much. Yeah, okay. I wrote these scripts that internet friends performed, and good stories have conflict, and conflict comes from an antagonist. And it's kind of right there in the name. Antagonist to antagonize. Um, and rather than writing one of my collaborators, my internet friends, as the bad guy, um, to protect feelings, protect personalities, such that I just wrote that role for myself because um right, because when you're nurturing that creative spark in other people, it's hard to give them something that they may view as negative when you're trying to be supportive and encouraging. Does any of that make any fucking sense? I don't fucking know. Point is, I gave that role to myself. I wrote that role for myself. I became the cynical asshat, the antagonist. Um, and you know, it stuck. Not only in the context of those earlier YouTube days, it became a character I cultivated, and I became comfortable existing inside of this version of myself that, well, if that was all you saw or knew of me through these screens, you might have never known that the cynical asshat thing, it was just a means to a means to an end, narrative necessary evil, a critical masking technique that allowed me to navigate what would have otherwise been, and certainly was at times, and as most creative things are, this emotionally tumultuous experience, uh engaging on a profound, I don't know, perhaps intimate, creative level, with total fucking strangers who had absolutely no idea just how seriously I took those dumb little YouTube videos, that process, that creative art. Like I said, uh, you know, it all worked out. But like all masking or coping or hail fucking berry techniques that we grasp at to survive this thing, that role of cynical asshat bled beyond the confines of YouTube. There was a kernel of truth to it. Sure, but I think the character I wrote for myself ended up giving me this framework for the real world. I am, at my core, extremely cynical in that I have practically no tolerance for bullshit, superficial or otherwise. Right? If life doesn't stick to logical, sensible premises that make fucking sense, like a YouTube channel called Emergency Creative that features the most embarrassingly uncreative, boring fucking vlogs. I I should maybe I should I should I should write a new role for myself. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's it.